That's a Streamlabs. You don't need to see that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nuzlocke Reacts for the February 9th, 2022 Nintendo Direct. I am Darby Hammond.
And I'm Jeff Mayo.
And Jeff, where's that hype level at?
Maximum, of course, always. Let's go.
You cannot stop the hype around here, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope.
You expecting big things?
Yeah, I'm expecting some big things. I'm not necessarily expecting Breath of the Wild 2. Me and you discussed last night that I will be kind of surprised if it is here. Pleasantly surprised, but surprised. I'm feeling pretty good about getting a new Fire Emblem and or Xenoblade. That's where my mind's at. Obviously, get a little more taste of Kirby. That's what it's
Taste of Kirby.
Yes, I think Kirby tastes like cotton candy.
It's like
or a black hole, one or the other.
Yeah. It's like a fancy, like a restaurant or something. A taste of Kirby.
Yes. Trying to think what else. Triangle strategy. I'm going to one announcement. I'm going to be shocked if we don't get a triangle strategy like prologue demo shadow drop.
Yeah,
like that where save data carries over.
Yeah,
because they do that for all their Nintendo exclusive RPGs at this point.
Yeah, do they normally have more than one demo? Because it has already had the okay.
Octopath Traveler 100% did.
Okay.
And the Bravely games also did, if I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha.
So that's one thing. I think it's a guarantee.
All right, well, Jeff, are you ready to get this?
Yep, it's technically going live now. We're gonna start from the beginning. I'm hoping there's not some weird shenanigans where it cuts to something.
Yeah,
that's my
hopefully.
fear.
I mean, usually even when it ends, you can still go back and forth and everything. Like,
yeah,
you should be good.
But
as long as I don't hit that
as
live
long as
button.
it's still loading. I guess as long as it continues past to where it technically is gone since where we got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we should be good.
Yeah,
we should be good. And if we're not, we'll Jeff, close your eyes. Okay. All right, I'm going to have to be listening to the audio a little bit when it starts as normal, so I'll miss the biggest announcement when it happens at the beginning. All right, you ready?
always.
Let me just make sure I have this muted. Yes. Can you hear things happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire Emblem.
No, immediate.
Let's go. But this is Fire Emblem Warriors. Three Hopes. Okay.
This is like you just jumbled up. It's like an anagram for her three houses.
I will not allow it to perish with you.
Turn off the captions.
I seek to destroy the irrational power structure that shackles.
Okay, this is not what people were expecting for a Fire Emblem game. Yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what Warriors is.
I have ambitions, Edelgard.
No thanks. I'm sure you're very excited.
Yes. Ooh, new Edelgard design.
Will
you please
sit
go
around
back?
and wait for a miracle?
Oh, I'm happy.
Will you
I don't know.
seize
Bill
control of
Hellman.
my fate?
New designs, that's fun.
We shall fight, we shall survive, and we shall win a glorious future for Fodlan.
I wonder if this is like during the 5 years.
I won't make the same mistake.
Like with these designs. Sorry, spoilers.
Revenge is not a thing you take for someone else. You seek revenge to slake your rage and heal your wounded heart. I know you
Your
are
wounded
prepared
heart?
to
Is
do
this
whatever
Persona?
that you must.
Ooh, June 24th. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi.
So it's more like an Age of Calamity style, like Muso thing, where it's focused obviously on one thing compared to the crossoverness of the previous one.
Right. Yeah.
Which gets me more excited about it.
Is it going to be a made-up bullshit side story that isn't real?
It says set.
Let's see the first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
It says story set in the universe.
I hope so, but I think they said the same thing about the other one.
Star Nation needs you.
Which, yeah. Was
We've
it?
got more intel on the Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp game. In the first
We'll have to
campaign,
see,
Advance
but-
Wars, you'll advise
Yeah, I'll
the
play it.
cast of commanding officers
I have no doubt that you will.
abilities
And especially since it's more in the like Age of Calamity and the art style of the houses and all that. So it's kind of like that. So
I get it.
Right through your plans.
Just, if I didn't even finish Three Houses, there's no way I'm gonna play the Three Houses Muso game.
yeah, I'm curious like what more info is out there as far as exact details.
like blasting through pipelines to cross
Again, with those different
in both campaigns, you can fast
house
forward
leader
through
designs, like again, I'm curious if
smoother tactical
a good
experience.
chunk of the game is going to take place during
Plus,
like
your strategic muscle
the 5
builds
years in
both
between
campaigns with additional modes.
Yeah, you
the
would
two
know
halves of
more
the
about
game.
In the war room,
How rich that vein
you
is.
share custom maps in the design
But-
room. Or battle
Yeah,
friends
it's definitely
and
their older
frenemies in
designs,
local
right?
and
Yeah.
online multiplayer.
So hype.
think that's a decent bet.
Advance Wars 1+2
April 8th.
Reboot Camp marches onto the Nintendo Switch system April 8th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
Nice.
Explore an infinite universe.
Numansky?
In No Man's Sky,
Oh, it is.
It is no, it is the bet. You nailed it.
each orbited by planets teeming with life.
Take that, Sony.
Travel to planets of your choosing in this infinite, procedurally generated universe.
So this is not this is it coming here for the first time, right?
Yeah.
It has not been on
And
Switch.
creatures that have never been
So I'm
seen.
curious to see people's reactions to I know there are rumors about a new Fire Emblem game. But the fact that there is a
Could
Warriors
also be
game.
another one, but
Yeah.
probably won't. But
Yeah.
In this living
it's
and
just everyone gonna get their
trade convoys travel
new
between
age
stars.
Muso game nowadays.
Factions vie for territory. Pirates
You're gonna
hunt
have
down
your
weary
Metroid
travelers.
Muso and your Kirby Muso.
Again, if
Watchful,
this one goes more in line is the Age of Calamity to
and actions have consequences.
Fire Emblem Warriors, like just original Hyrule Warriors, then it's like, okay, yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's
gonna be
exactly what I'm sure
Yeah.
it is. It's,
But also, it going a step forward and kind of making it more like a mix between the Muso genre and, or taking more inspiration from the original game, beyond just a couple little things.
I
you know?
expect mechanically for it to be
Well,
very,
wait,
very similar to Hyrule Warriors.
Oh,
It's Strikers, it's Strikers.
Oh, fuck, let's go!
Nice. People were. This was one of Tim Getty's get hype predictions.
I wonder if the Luigi's Mansion.
It's all like cyberpunky. So I never played these games. Like these games like particularly good, like the Mario Sports games.
Yes. This one, Strikers was particularly good, and just part of it was the characterization, and they're just really
Mario
fun.
Strikers Battle League. Prepare for Strike, a 5-on-5 sport like soccer that's way heavy on offense. Aim for goals by dribbling and passing to teammates, as well as by using tackles, items,
Is this how like the old ones look like?
and
from the side of it?
crushing special shots. The main rule in this sport is to rule the
But
I
what
just
is
hope that-
exciting. It's also the fact is that for one reason or another, all the past couple Mario Sports games have been very distinct.
I was about to say like we're all about to go through the exact same cycle that we have year after year of getting really excited and then playing it maybe once and then never playing it again because it's an incomplete game. So like I definitely am holding on to my hype for any of these. Because like they've all just been at best like there's a cool game within here, but it's like a quarter of a game, and you know that Nintendo's never gonna add shit to it. So
No,
it's like,
I agree. It's going to be a wait and see. It just, again, it's been so long. This is like one of the sports games people actually been wanting.
yeah, Nintendo like when it comes to their mainline games, they have the Nintendo seal of quality and everything, but in the Switch era, especially the side games and stuff like this, they're almost all of them sell well but are incredibly mediocre. You know?
Online play will have an online
Including like Mario Party, I think. You know, like the Switch area, Mario Party, the
placement in the
Super Mario
rankings.
Party was.
Up to 20
Definitely fit in
players
there.
can join a club. So create your own and invite friends and family to play alongside you. Or join an existing one owned by other players. Try to become the world's top glove.
Get wrecked, FIFA.
With items, tackles, and hyper strikes. Anything goes on this field.
All right, the little
Mario Strikers
little
Battle
comic
League
booky
launches
looking
on Nintendo Switch
effects.
June 10th. Pre-orders begin
It-
today.
it's
Yeah,
the this
you're
is
just
the
the developer of this.
this is the summer Mario sports
The
game.
latest
It was
iteration
kind
of the
of
Mario Strikers
predict, huh?
series is coming to Nintendo Switch. We hope you're excited for
Pretty good
this
start
anything
so far.
goes battle soccer game.
yeah.
Next, please take a look at this.
No.
I will not. I will avert my eyes. You can't make me. Splatoon. Maybe not.
Smash? Gameplay footage not fine?
That's the only place that I have. It's literally the only place.
Okay, it's Splatoon.
Just when things look kind of post-apocalyptic in a Nintendo thing, I just assume.
Egg Bro. Huge.
It's Battlefield 2049.
Yep.
100 squid kids drop onto an island.
Kind of surprised they're focusing on this mode. I mean, obviously they could probably show more today, but just starting out with this.
Is this like a multiplayer PvE mode or something?
Yeah, this was in 2.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird trailer. It honestly seems a little budget. It's just very like in-game footage making cute things, but it's like
The cutest right there.
fucking Godzilla. Okay. So this is Salmon Run.
Yep.
That was the trailer for the co-op mode in the Splatoon 3 game, the next wave of Salmon Run. A giant salmonid, one that's never been seen before, was also spotted at the end of the trailer. Will the Inklings and
That's a
Octolings
fucking
ink
salmon?
or swim? Splatoon 3 will launch
Summer.
this summer. We hope you'll look forward to future
Do we know
updates.
summer? Or do we just know 2022?
Let's move on to more Nintendo Switch headlines.
Fonzers at the ready.
Wanzers.
Lancers.
A full remake of the first Front Mission game is storming onto Nintendo Switch.
We're on mission, chat.
Yep.
In this tactical RPG, you'll pilot weaponized machines called Vanzers and lead your battalion to victory. Gain the upper hand in battle by aiming for enemy parts to destroy.
I know what Wanzers were said. Oh, someone's freaking out here.
It's someone losing their mind.
Customize your Vanzer.
So what'd you think of Salmon Run 3 or 2?
Uncover the
More
great story
like that's one of those
behind
times where I normally don't agree. Like it looked exactly like the first one. That's where it's like, okay, this looked a lot like 2 with a couple additions.
It's looked very, very much like a expansion trailer, like a event. We're just like doing this little thing. Here's a little update to the game type of trailer.
Oh, damn.
Disney and Pixar Combat Racer.
Looks
I
dark.
mean,
And so everyone, now that like Smash is gone, everyone's going for Smash and with these things, and now everyone's going for Mario Kart.
Legendary roster of characters on high-speed circuits, using each one's special abilities to battle for victory across the finish line.
See, why are they doing separately a Final Fantasy and a Disney kart racer when they could have a combined Kingdom Hearts kart racer?
true.
It's
Each
just wasted
racer
opportunity.
also possesses powerful ultimate skills, perfect for turning the tables at the last second.
What visually looks, I mean, it looks very much like Mario Kart.
Free-to-play
But
game,
yeah.
with new seasons added regularly, bringing more exciting Disney and Pixar characters,
cool.
circuits, karts, and more.
it's a rich vein, obviously.
Plus,
Disney.
enjoy cross-platform play as well as split-screen and online multiplayer modes.
Disney should do a Smash type game with like actual budget and good developers. Yeah, I'm into it.
Dive into these classic franchises on
Has
Nintendo
potential.
Switch. Unleash the power of the
I mean, like, okay, I can
Force.
maybe see this one looking better than the Chocobo Grand Prix.
It, yeah, from first impressions, striked me better.
Yeah.
You know?
Hunt down Jedi Masters
Force
on
Unleashed.
iconic
I could
Getting
at
all the
least-
stores.
I could at least like tell it was
and
Disney.
Force repulse.
Yeah.
Half the Final Fantasy thing just didn't even look Final Fantasy.
Use button controls or opt for motion controls, enhanced from the original Wii version. You can also duel locally with a
I
friend.
can't believe there's more of these
Who is
games
the
to port.
galaxy's
It seems
most
like every one of
powerful
these
Jedi.
things there's like
Star Wars,
more old
Force
Star Wars
Unleashed
games have been ported,
launches on Nintendo
which is
Switch
awesome,
April
but-
20th. Pre-orders begin
When's 2
today
though?
on Nintendo eShop. The complete saga of legendary assassin Ezio Auditore da Firenze awaits in 3 critically acclaimed Assassin's
This hadn't
Creed
already
games.
been on Switch.
Explore Renaissance Italy and 16th century
Oh.
Constantinople.
I know like
Interact with historical
3
figures
is and
and
like
discover
random
secrets
things like
of
that.
the Creed across
These
3
are way more
games,
popular than
2
3.
bonus short films and DLC. Plus, take advantage of enhanced features for the Nintendo Switch system on the go, including touchscreen controls, HD Rumble, and optimized on-screen display. Assassin's Creed: The Ezio Collection launches on Nintendo
Oh.
Switch February 17th.
Speaking of Ubisoft,
Pilot mobile suits in dynamic
fuck yeah.
action RPG Strange
Jason
Things
Schreier
inside
broke the
Grace
news
are
that
occurring
apparently
across the
Beyond Good and
Gauntlet
Evil 2 is still in
universe.
pre-production.
Find out what's causing them and restore the proper timeline.
Jason, just
You'll
don't
lead
even
mobile
tell us.
suits in battle. Enhance
Jason, just go ahead and
features
cancel the game.
improve their power.
Go ahead
You
and
can
do it.
also battle alongside friends in online co-op multiplayer. SD Gundam Battle Alliance launches on Nintendo Switch this year.
Chibi Gundam.
2 worlds cross in the triumphant return of this RPG classic. A remaster of the acclaimed
Oh.
RPG
Ah,
Chrono Cross
shit.
is coming to the Nintendo Switch system.
That's
One
pretty
fateful
cool.
day, the protagonist
Is Chrono
Surge
Trigger
wanders
on
into an alternate
Switch? I
world.
don't think it is.
Though it somewhat resembles his home world.
When there are a bunch of rumors about a Chrono Cross remake, but like
Yeah,
this,
it's on
this is a
PlayStation.
remaster. I mean, yeah, they could both be
Yeah.
happening. This is more like a port, a fancy port.
I mean, I'm interested in this just generally speaking, but yeah.
Depending on the choices you make, the allies who accompany you and the endings that trigger will differ. A number of improvements have been made to this remaster.
It's bad. I've tried to play Chrono Trigger, and it's just really hard for me to get into like sprite-based things because I am young and I understand this or whatever. So it's hard for me to get into it. This looks way more like Final Fantasy VII type of shit or whatever. And like, I know people like Chrono Trigger more, but part of me wants to play this instead. But
Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition, dashes and slashes its way onto Nintendo Switch April 7th.
I just like my
Orders
3D
begin
environments.
today
I'm
on
just a
Nintendo
scrub.
eShop.
There's the boy. There's the boy. And then Joel walks up. Such cute.
No.
Kirby can't.
Wait.
This is someone's fetish.
This is very important what happens here.
So someone is getting
Yep.
turned on. There it is.
No more context.
Look at it. Looks so pretty.
latest unforgettable 3D platforming adventure, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It all takes place in a mysterious world with an unusual mix of nature and civilization. To rescue the kidnapped Waddle Dees, Kirby sets off on a new adventure.
Yeah, they're going through a.
Introducing
Oh,
Mouthful mode.
Horrifying. What the fuck?
Inhale a cough to zoom around.
car mouth. Vending mouth.
Machine to attack with juice cans.
Game of the year, Darby.
Or become a piercing cone.
I don't like that he stretches over it. I don't like it.
With Mouthful mode, new actions will be available for Kirby depending on
I thought he was supposed to
inhales.
absorb things. This is just.
Enjoy exploring with new moves.
Okay,
What
okay.
the hell?
Abilities.
I'm into this. This is the gimmick going on.
Yeah,
Even weaponize a mouthful of water like this.
this is nightmare.
This is beautiful.
Kirby rescues Waddle Dees. Waddle Dee Town will continue to grow,
Hell
and
yeah.
more resources will become available.
Yeah, no, I'm starting with this game. But
At Waddle Dee's weapon
Little
shop,
scar.
familiar copy abilities can be evolved.
ooh, I think this is my first
Evolved copy
guaranteed
abilities to
play of the
expand Kirby's range
year.
of attacks. They'll also change Kirby's appearance and make him even more powerful.
Nice.
Some copy abilities may have stronger evolved forms.
Track.
Oh, fuck yeah.
A new adventure awaits our pink puffball.
Oh, furry bait. What the
Who
fuck
will
is that?
beat back? What are these enemies trying to do?
DDD?
Can Kirby restore
The king?
to this world? Kirby and the
Long
Forgotten
live.
Land launches on the Nintendo Switch system March 25th.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good game.
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
So excited.
Lock it in.
That was Kirby and the Forgotten Land, launching later next month.
Yeah, they kind of gone through a lot of the
Forward to its release.
obvious things pretty early on in
Take a
this,
look
which
at
is
some
pretty
more
exciting.
Nintendo Switch highlights.
Hell yeah. When is Kirby again?
March 25th.
Nice.
There's the man.
バッターの大谷翔平です。ピッチャーの大谷翔平です。任天堂スイッチ上で今回初めて MLB 打賞22が楽しめるようになりました。それではこちらをご覧ください。
That's right, Otani-san. MLB The Show is coming to Nintendo Switch. That means you can play modes like Road to the Show and Diamond Dynasty on your Nintendo Switch. But that's not all. You can even play Exhibition with a single Joy-Con controller. With cross progression, you can also earn and use content on any platform where MLB The Show 22 is
That's cool.
available.
That is cool,
And
yeah.
take
People
your
that are
progress
obsessed
on
with
the
that,
go
that-
with
Which all
you
games
on
just
Nintendo
had that
Switch.
split.
Especially with Game Pass, like if you're someone who's already just really into this, you know, you could buy it once on Switch and just have the option to play it anywhere.
You
True.
can invite them and play online.
I do think it looks very old on here, and I definitely have seen this game, and it looks really good. So I bet the graphics comparison is probably pretty rough when you compare Switch to other platforms on this one.
You're gonna have your hands full of games with these collections.
Where can I do
Three
that?
Kingdom Hearts collections are
Cloud,
almost
get the
here.
fuck out of here.
To Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Remind DLC. Every entry is coming to Nintendo Switch as cloud versions that can be played while connected
So
to
that way
internet.
the Switch can't handle
Get to know
Kingdom
these
Hearts
heart-filled
normally
adventures alongside Sora,
without it being
Donkey,
cloud.
Goofy, and more
I-
for the
Three,
It can.
sure.
It
Three,
can.
sure, but one
For
and
some-
two.
this is just a weird decision because it can.
Yeah, it definitely can. I feel like you're making all
Well,
of
I think the thing is, technically, as far as the collections go, only the first one can because 2.8 has a demo thing that's in the 3 engine. Klonoa, let's go.
Hey, hell yeah.
Coming to Nintendo Switch.
Do we know about this? 'Cause
Across dreamy
I think there've been rumors.
I played some. I don't think I ever beat it, but I played a lot of Klonoa.
Firing wind bullets to grab
I was
and
a
throw
kid.
enemies. Use each level's surroundings to your advantage.
Fuck it, I played this.
Hell yeah.
Also, Klonoa 2 is included. Take on these great adventures when Klonoa Fantasy Reverie Series launches on Nintendo
Nice.
Switch
I
July
hadn't
8th.
thought about Klonoa since I was a kid.
We're so
Oh
glad
shit!
you're here.
Portal. That's cool.
Come here often.
That's awesome.
Either way, you're in for a puzzling treat. In these award-winning games, the portal gun is your key to surviving imprisonment in a mysterious
cool.
lab. Create portals and warp to other areas to find.
It's a good one if they put 2 on
Still
here.
unconfirmed.
2,
You
that'd
can
be.
pass through
I think it said
portals,
companion
survive
collection,
cubes,
so
lasers, and robots with unnerving levels of
I need to play
personality.
these games at some point.
You
Never
never
have.
played them at all.
No.
They're legitimately as good as
I
people
know,
say.
I know.
They're- especially
And that
Portal
part's
2.
no lie.
Yeah.
Neither is the sentient
I mean, I
robot
never played them
monitoring your
myself, but I
every
watched
move.
TJ play
When
all of
Gauntlet
both of
Companion
them. So.
Collection warps onto
And
Nintendo
I was like,
Switch
kind of
this year.
helped. I was like, hey, do this, maybe.
I just need to pick it up on Steam
A classic comes alive.
because they're always like $2 or shit at this point.
Yeah, they're dirt cheap.
Yeah.
No, they're very good games. I don't think they're very long either. What is this? This is interesting. So it looks like this whole HD 2D stuff.
Yeah.
Previously unreleased outside of Japan,
Okay.
the RPG Live Alive makes its overseas debut.
Live Alive.
Now in HD 2D. Multiple stories featuring different protagonists and time periods await. The order in which you tackle them is up to you.
Someone's freaking out.
It's very
And
Octopath.
comes of age in a world without words. The Wild West. a
Hey,
wandering
they're continuing the HD 2D thing for a bunch of games. Let's
Good.
go.
Yep. It should be a revolution at this point.
Master
Just
searches for a
like,
worthy successor.
if you're not doing it, why not?
Twilight of Edo, Japan.
Why
As
the
Shinobi
fuck
undertakes
not?
an important secret mission.
It's very pretty.
Present day, a martial artist strives to become the strongest there ever was. The near future, a youth
This also
with psychic
seems
powers
very,
takes a stand against evil. The distant future, a
Trials of Mana.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was also like you start.
What other stories
You
are on the
choose
horizon?
who you want to start as, and the story is different depending on who you choose.
Oh, they have voice. Huh. Okay, cool.
Live
July
Alive
26th.
launches on Nintendo Switch July 22nd.
Okay, I'm curious to see what people think about this.
Pre-orders
Because
begin
it's something that
today
we have
and
apparently
until
haven't gotten, so I'm sure some people forget, like, we're finally getting this.
Yeah,
and-
I'm sure.
How was that?
It looked very
Next
pretty.
up,
Yes.
Yeah,
So
very, very
it's on my radar at the
Yeah.
least. Oh, wait. You swung the thing.
He swung. He did it.
Nintendo Switch Sports.
Oh, fuck. Here we go, baby.
Nintendo Switch Sports.
Ooh, I'll get this shit.
Please take a look.
You bet
So
believe I'll get
I saw
this.
rumors of
Oh, that's
1-2
good.
Switch 2. I wonder if this is where the rumors came
You
from.
might recognize these three. from
Oh,
past
hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go.
What's the point of all the Mario sports when we have this?
I know. Like, this is probably going to be better than all of them.
Yeah, so we're getting this.
Oh, yeah. Day one immediately. We're making a whole night out of this. Like, mini nights out of this.
And Chambara.
Fuck
Knock
yeah,
your
sword
opponent
fighting.
off the
Let's go.
platform while attacking
Hell
and
yeah.
defending.
I've, like, thought about busting out the Wii to
Three
play, like,
additional
Wii Sports
sports are
Resort
joining
and
the
stuff.
They should show soccer.
Soccer.
Hell yeah.
Use a gigantic ball to make dynamic
Again,
plays.
with the Mario.
Yeah, you know, like, this is probably going to be so much better.
To shoot and perform diving headers.
But yeah,
By
unironically
attaching
super
a
excited.
Joy-Con controller to the leg strap accessory included with the physical version of the game.
Okay, cool.
You can play shootout mode with
It seems like it's
improved
doing
motions.
the perfect amount of Wii Sports nostalgia plus new things. So.
Control your shots left and right while keeping the shuttlecock in the air. Unleash powerful smash shots to gain the upper hand.
Absolutely.
Finally, volleyball. Use a Joy-Con controller to serve.
Did you? I know obviously we all played a ton of Wii Sports, but did you play much Wii Sports Resort?
spike
Because
them
that
off.
game is like amazing. That game is really fucking good.
The game supports local play with family and friends on one Nintendo Switch system.
They even have the
well as
music
online
and just
play
did the.
across all
la,
sports.
la, 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 la. Hell yeah.
Play against
I still-
friends
this
online.
song-
Oh, it's Battle Royale bowling.
Opt for random
It's literally
matches.
Battle Royale bowling. It was
Win
like
or
survival
cover the
bowling.
players you'll face. Try taking on this challenge.
How was that? Since I'm
Hell
already
yeah.
here, I'd like to show you some gameplay
I hurt
of
my
one
throat.
of the newly
So
added
I'm
sports,
talking.
volleyball.
Getting too excited.
Mr. Takahashi! Oh. Hello there, everyone.
You better
I'm
be leading to
Yoshiaki
something,
Koizumi
Koizumi.
from Nintendo.
You know?
Wow,
Better
Mr.
segue into
Koizumi,
something
I
you
can
might
see
be
you're ready
working
to
on.
play. All right, I'll play some volleyball online together with Mr. Koizumi. Do you have your wrist strap ready?
Volleyball too.
Yes, of course.
fine.
I've got
One of
plenty of
the
space
new
around me as
sports.
well.
That's
Because
awesome.
obviously this isn't the sport,
All right,
Nintendo
let's
Sports
start.
Series thing.
We'll be including some
Hell
live
yeah.
commentary throughout our match.
I mean, legitimately not kidding. This is my announcement of the show.
Volleyball, a newly added sport in
I hope
Nintendo
this is
Switch
soon.
Sports. What can we
Yeah, I was like,
expect
oh, they
today
didn't give
from
a date, but then they're doing
Takahashi
the.
Koizumi
And they're
team?
putting Mii's in there too.
Yeah,
It's Koizumi to
Of course.
serve, with Takahashi up front.
I'm gonna be Hank Hill at all times.
All
We
time.
begin
So,
with Koizumi serving. How will the opposing team react? Takahashi makes the block. Another one's coming. Koizumi saves it. A setup in the air, and here comes the spike. The other team saves it and fights back.
very into this.
And they score.
I hope the internet at large will be as into this as I am.
It's okay.
I'm sure they will be. Everyone has nostalgia for
Now the
Wii
other team
Sports. Everyone
serves.
loves it.
Koizumi
We all
receives
played the
it.
shit out of it.
Takahashi
I
sets
think
it up.
pricing is gonna be a big
Koizumi
factor
spikes.
around
But
people's
it goes
excitement
right
for
toward
it.
the
Yeah,
opponent.
I'll pay full price for it, but yeah, it shouldn't. I hope
Get
it's
the
not.
ball, and with a setup from
It
Koizumi,
probably will be considering once you
Takahashi
switch. Well, it's
scores.
50 or something.
They got a point with that fierce spike.
Probably.
Woo. Let's stop our match here.
After all, we were in the middle.
But
of a
considering
presentation.
I've like almost thought about
I'll
busting
be
out the
leaving
Wii for Wii Sports Resort, so
Just save your
But
money
that
for
was an
this.
introduction
Yep.
to Nintendo Switch
Jenny
Sports.
can keep the Switch or the Wii.
The game launches
April 29th.
Hey, nice.
We're planning a free update in the summer that allows you to play soccer matches with a Joy-Con controller and the leg strap accessory. You can use
Okay.
the accessory to play shootout mode at launch. In
yeah.
addition, we're also planning a second free update this fall.
Hey,
Yes.
hey.
Sweet.
Damn.
And it's free.
And now,
It literally
a
is just all the Mario
To help
sports games.
ensure that you can all enjoy playing online, we'll be having an online playtest before the game launches to evaluate various technical aspects.
I am here for it.
I think the fact they did all this
To
shows
ask for your help with this.
what their hope is for
The online
this
playtest will only
compared
be
to
available
the
for
Mario
players with an
Strikers in a
active
way.
Nintendo
Which is
Switch online
very funny,
membership
but I
on the
mean-
dates shown on screen. For those of
I mean,
you
there's
interested,
Wii
please visit
Sports
the
was.
official Nintendo
I mean,
website
so
for
here's the
more
thing. Like, as
details.
far as I'm picking up a sports game,
Thank you.
especially in our minds, the reason we're not going to get Wii Sports over.
No,
We're
it
not
has
gonna do
it has
for now about Nintendo
more
Switch
in it.
Sports.
It's a more complete
you're looking
game just
forward to this game.
automatically,
Let's see
and
a
just
few more
honestly,
Nintendo
historically, I've had
Switch
more
games.
fun with Wii Sports than those other ones. I mean, it's kind of weird to say.
Get those taiko drumming skills ready. The latest Taiko no Tatsujin game is coming to the Nintendo Switch system. Set in Omiko City, the
Yeah,
sacred town for
and
taiko
Wii
drumming,
Sports is
you'll
one of
strive
the
to
most
become a
played
taiko
games on
master,
the
along
planet.
with brand
You
new
know, it's like I know it's
characters
been a long time, and the Wii like fell off by
Drum to
the end,
dozens
but I
of
mean, like,
bopping beats,
I bet that
including
thing's gonna sell a lot.
Megalovania,
Just 'cause
Gurenge, Feel Special,
nostalgia.
and Racing
Like,
into
this
the
is what I
Night.
wish
And
that
that's
like
not
1
all.
2 Switch
An
was.
orchestral version of the main theme from The Legend of Zelda is included. That's
Um,
76 songs total. Plus, take
Yeah,
advantage
it's
of
honestly
the practice
crazy
mode
that
to replay
it took them this
sections
long
of
to do
songs
it.
as many
This would have
times
been
as you
amazing. They just
New
the
modes
launch
have
with the
also been
Switch
added for
to
everyone
show
to
off all the
enjoy. Put
motion
on a
stuff.
live concert with up to 4 players in Donchen Band,
Yeah, it's going to sell.
or face off against each other in great drum
I'll be one of them, I promise you.
No, I'm in. Yeah.
Drum to your heart's
And it
content.
looks more Wii Sports Resort than Wii Sports with all the like. I mean, I know it's kind of superficial, but even the stuff in the background's really cool. Where it's like there's people walking around. There's like a
Well, your
coffee
nieces
shop
are
up
also
there.
getting to the age where they can kind
Available
of.
at launch.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be
Make
awesome.
sure the
Yeah,
strap's on, but.
yeah, that'd be great.
What's new with these Nintendo Switch games?
Hey.
The brand new tactical RPG game Triangle Strategy
We have a
is
date for
almost
this?
here.
Yes. It's
The protagonist
the 4th of next
Serenoa
month.
and his allies will be engulfed in the conflict among 3 nations. Your choices and conviction will determine their fate.
As Lord of House Wolford, I solemnly swear an oath by which all future lords shall be bound. I will never turn my back on the promise of a better world.
A new demo playable to the end of Chapter 3 will be available on Nintendo eShop later today. Save data from the demo can be transferred to the full game once purchased.
Sweet.
More Cuphead action awaits in the paid DLC, Cuphead, the delicious last course.
Cuphead.
Here, you'll explore a brand new Inkwell Isle.
Coming out right
Defeat
now.
a bevy
Everyone
of
else gotta
bosses
wait.
With wild personalities and even wilder attacks. The clever Miss Chalice is a new playable character. Take down fearsome foes with her double jumps, rolling dodges, and more. Cuphead, the delicious last course, wallops its way onto Nintendo Switch June 30th. A free update is coming to the Metroid Dread.
Metroid Dread update.
All it takes is one hit.
Oh.
Even from this.
Oh no.
Getting hit even once causes a game over in the brutal Dread mode difficulty.
This is just super hard mode.
Yes.
As if it needed to be harder.
And for players new to the
God,
Metroid
fuck
series,
that.
take advantage of increased recovery with the newly added Rookie mode difficulty.
That's what I need.
This free
Was
update
rookie mode.
launches later today.
Later today.
A second free update in April will add a boss rush mode, in
Boss
which
rush.
you'll battle bosses continuously, one at a time.
Okay. Nothing too crazy, but cool little updates.
Something's bound for Nintendo Switch.
Oh wait, the
Golden?
SNES and NES are actually getting updated?
Golden. Hey. Mother 3. It's third.
Now don't tease me.
Didn't you play this game?
I got so far, I need to finish it. It's so good.
How old are these games? Like are
Mother 3, I have no idea, but this is like early 90s. Ooh. Is there bound beginnings or whatever? Yeah.
What is this?
So this is Earthbound is technically Mother 2. This is Mother 1. Which I don't think we first got on the 3DS. Okay, now this leads to 3.
So are they both going to be called Earthbound for us?
Bound Beginnings.
They should add beginnings.
Nintendo Switch Online later today.
Nice. Should have been there before, or at least Earthbound. Beginnings I'll give you a slight pass on, but okay, come on. Fuck you. That'd been the perfect segue to Mother 3.
That'd be amazing. Sure, there's a lot of people holding their breath right there.
It's interesting because I can't remember when we start. I'm not sure how long roughly we have left.
Yep, I can't really look because it's like
Yeah.
Well, I guess I think I can't look. I don't know. Does this bar mean anything?
Oh, it did move, so okay. We should have a. I don't know.
Because I don't know if this bar actually stops when it's done or if that's
Yeah. It might just be from when we started.
What did you think? Here's some news for Mario Kart fans. Many of you have been enjoying the Mario Kart
don't you
8
tease
Deluxe
me.
game since its launch in 2017. So, we've been working on remastering
We're working on it.
courses from across the Mario Kart
Okay.
series, and we'll be releasing them as paid downloadable content.
Okay.
Let's take a look at this trailer.
So it's DLC for 8?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'll take it.
I mean,
I'll
yeah,
take something.
I wish they had been doing this for
Yeah.
rather than just literally nothing for so many years.
This is confirmation if we didn't need any. We're not getting 9 till Switch 2.
No.
Like,
yeah.
people are like, oh, when's 9? I think me and you have both shared the opinion not till Switch 2 probably at
Yeah.
this point. Because what's the point?
But I just assumed we would just get literally nothing.
Yeah.
Then, so.
DLC courses will be coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Whatever. I mean, that works.
I'm taking it.
I mean, no, 8 is incredible. Like, I honestly, I wouldn't have been mad if they just said that we want to make.
Courses from past Mario Kart games.
But how many?
I would have been mad if they just like kept adding to 8, and that was just how they did it.
Woo! What? Okay, okay.
Like I said, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if this is just what they did instead of Mario Kart 9. But we've heard that they are making 9.
And Tokyo Blur will be included
Hell
in the
yeah.
first wave.
I wish this had happened sooner, but I mean, but fuck yeah, I mean, we'll be playing a lot more Mario Kart.
Yes. I mean, who needs a Mario Kart? I mean, we'll probably end up paying out the same for a new game, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I mean, like, we don't even really need them.
Wait, so
$30 for all of it?
25 for all of it?
Or 25, sorry, 25.
And March 18th? Damn.
You can enjoy this DLC at no additional cost.
When expansion pack, no. Oh.
Expansion pack membership.
Okay.
Or purchase the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass on its own.
Either way, it'd be worth it even if you didn't have online for
Maybe
whatever.
$24.99 for all of it. That's Jesus.
I hope you're looking forward to the additional courses in Mario
Crazy.
Kart 8 Deluxe. This next
That's a lot of
segment
fucking
will be our
courses.
last announcement. Please take a
Okay, last announcement. Xenoblade.
Hell yeah.
Fighting in order to live,
Xenoblade.
Yeah, when you hear the British guys.
and living to fight.
Set.
So, is Shulk in it, or is that a different British
That's
voice?
the way of our world.
I can't tell. This kind of sounds like Rex. But
Ionios.
Yep.
Tell me, what would possess you to side with
Wait.
them?
We're fighting because there are enemies to kill.
I refuse to believe you're him.
I think this.
Is it their children?
I saw this coming.
You're not enemies now.
Fine for you, isn't it? All that time you've got.
You could try to move forwards again.
How can our lives be so snuffing little to you?
They're not your friends anymore. They're his fuel.
Sword march. The land pierced by a great sword.
This looks to have elements of 1 and 2, for what I can tell.
The real enemy.
Whatever life is lost, I won't let you soldier it all alone.
What good filling up these flickering clocks in our eyes? It will never replace the friends we've lost.
The flame clock, it has to go.
I love how
I'm blanking on her name for some reason. I'll look it up in a second.
They must be erased without a trace.
I think that's one of the.
These games have such cool looking worlds. Trey.
Yeah. Give me a date
So are these all
or
new?
something.
Are these all
Give me
new characters, or some of these are not new?
September. Oh, yes.
Nice.
The story of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 ties together the futures of the worlds depicted in Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it will launch this September. I hope you'll look forward to
Well, yeah, okay, at the end. Well, spoilers. Skip ahead. Whatever. Skip ahead if you care. The 1 and 2 characters end up seeing each other at the end, right? So like, is this the two worlds are connected or something?
It was confirmed they were connected. But why am I blanking on her fucking name? Give me 1 second.
It's very pretty, though. I always just love the look of just the world
Nia.
design.
Why was I blanking on it? Yeah. That girl.
I've nailed it.
I'm almost positive that's probably Nia from Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Okay.
One of the party members.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, she is considered a driver, but it turns out she is a blade. And I'm pretty sure that's her crystal. Art style is a decent bit different. It's obviously Xenoblade, but it's a little less anime, if that makes sense.
I like it.
But that looks her. She uses the chakrams and the same thing. And yeah, and that's very reminiscent of her outfits. And they showed like the Mechanis and all that shit from 1. And it looks like, yeah, Nia there is a blade. So yes, it's like literally combining the world of two. But the fact we only see Nia, it looks to be what I can tell, the only character that would be from 2. If that is her, again, I'm almost positive it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's probably far in the future. Rex and Shulk are fucking dead.
Okay, so she can live forever or something.
Blades are technically immortal, but when when their wielder dies, they get turned back into a crystal, and until a driver unlocks them, and then their memories are erased. But Nia's a little special,
yeah,
to where she can kind of live without a driver.
Okay,
or at least that's what 2 kind of says. And God, the graphics look so fucking clean.
They look very, very good. Part of me really wants to play these games.
Like I said, I recommend Torna. You start there because it's shorter and I haven't played it yet, but people consider it very good. And then you go from then 1, and then if you feel like it too, at that point, it's my recommendation for people in general. But obviously, this is the announcement of the show for me.
I understand.
And in fucking September, Jesus, this shoots up to like top anticipated games.
Just just the world design and just like how things. I don't know. Like I just like love the open vistas and stuff in Xenoblade. They just look where there's a lot of very generic anime sword game things like this that look very similar. I feel like Xenoblade has a very distinct style.
Yeah.
Like you
Also,
look at some of these environments.
Also, first trailer, and I might have missed something. Designs don't look absolutely atrocious.
No,
like some people have had problem with some of the Xenoblade designs. I don't have as much problem with them as overall, but nothing there shouted like a lot of 2 did.
I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, I don't know. Part of me wants to play. Okay, well, I watched you play 1. I had a lot of respect for it. It gave me a lot of 12 vibes in every way, in every like possible way, from gameplay to world to story to everything.
Yeah. And then confirming here, it is taking place after the events of 1 and 2. It's like, oh yes, that is that good shit.
So everyone else seems new and.
Pretty much, from what I can tell. I'll end up watching the trailer like a dozen times, but sure. The girl that I'm almost positive is Nia is the only character is like, oh yeah, she's. I'm curious to see if I missed something.
That's Shulk's sword, there, right?
That is very Monado-esque. So spoiler alert for skip a little ahead. The Monado for Xenoblade 1 and Futures Connected, real quick. The Monado ends up being destroyed. And he kind of makes something that's reminiscent of it that you use in Future Connected. That could be that, or it could be just a brand new Monado. Proper.
Yeah.
But Monolith Software wizards, man.
How can they pull some of this shit out of the Switch?
Yeah, that's one of those things where people look at Arceus and claim it is the Switch. I just look at, not that the Monolith Soft doesn't always run perfectly, but then you just look at it and it's like,
this world is more interactable than Arceus is, and it looks
and then when I played Xenoblade Definitive Edition, which is it's updated graphics, but then I thought. They did, obviously a worse looking version of this, but on the Wii.
Yeah.
You say it a lot, and I agree. Imagine if Monolith Soft could have free reign on current gen shit.
Yeah. I know maybe you don't agree or whatever, but I honestly really, really, really do wish Monolith Soft was independent. Just you're just made stuff everywhere. I wish they made games for PC or something, because
if they're just I will say this: if they can get you could tell me, guaranteed that they would have free reign, time, money, whatever, kind of like with Nintendo to do whatever the hell they want, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, go for it. Yes,
I would love it. Because so what we're saying is Microsoft buy Monolith Soft.
All right, want to go through? Okay, so how do you want to do this as far as? So we're not doing a podcast this week. Do you want to kind of go through this real quick, general thoughts and all that?
We'll go with at least the big things.
Yeah, I guess overall start. What do you think of the Direct as a whole?
I thought it was good. I thought it was, it was about what I expected. I think there was good many new announcements. I expected it, and like they actually, or at least feels like they actually told the truth this time about it being focused on early part of the year.
So
they've said that a lot of times, and then like half the show will be the next year's stuff. It'll be like, all right, you know.
Yeah, and they kind of vary, but yeah, it is usually a majority is what that time period, and then something that's outside of it. Xenoblade being the case of this. It's like being the sole thing, like actually just one.
That's what I mean. Like this is literally
and
the only one.
I guess Splatoon 3 as well, technically.
This summer still, you know,
yeah.
it's like it's not that far.
Yeah, but we can start from the top and kind of go through. Oh yeah, overall, I think the direct is really good. Like you said, it's kind of right where I expected, which you know, obviously that's always more than enough for me. And I feel like this had less of it kind of felt fillerish than I would say some past directs have for sure.
There was a lot of big things.
Yeah,
there was really nothing that I actually thought would have a fair chance of being here that wasn't here. Like, I did not expect Breath of the Wild or Metroid Prime or any of that.
Bayonetta, I didn't expect.
Yeah, Bayonetta, I thought there was a chance.
Yeah, I thought there was a chance, but
definitely not like, you know. Whatever.
Yeah, Mario plus Rabbids potentially could have been here. So the way I look at this before we go into it, and this helps solidify it, I feel like people were talking about going into this year. Could this be a Switch year that rivals 2017 for the Switch? And this helps, at least for me, think yes. Because we're getting sequels for a lot of the shit we got in 2017. But we're also getting a couple more things. Unfortunately, we don't have the Odyssey.
I was about to say,
I know. That's going to be the big thing. There's still potential hope for that because we don't have, well, Breath of the Wild is probably be the holiday game. So we might actually have most of their, at least big games for the year, which is fine, which is better than most developers for a single year.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm going to use my Switch a lot this year for sure.
I think this Kirby game's going to be really, really
yes,
good.
I think what helps it like match it as far as Odyssey goes, even though Odyssey's my favorite game of all time, so I'm not saying this lightly.
Yeah.
Like it has Kirby and Arceus for me, which is like, okay, that helps it at least some as far as that goes. And start Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Coming June 24th. People were thinking there was a Fire Emblem game, but I didn't see anyone think it was a Fire Emblem Warriors, and I can already tell that part of the internet is pissed.
Which we should have thought that it was a Fire Emblem Warriors, because that seems a lot more on brand.
If you wanted to, you could probably refresh it, and it'll probably have like the normal video. That's better. But yeah, this is obviously more of a Hyrule Age of Calamity style warrior game. Okay, they haven't completely updated yet. My bad. Instead of like the crossover Fire Emblem thing, which I think makes for a better game overall. I mean, the crossover thing's well, and I'm glad they did that first, but I think this makes for an overall better, more cohesive experience.
Yeah,
especially with art style.
I just hope the story is like we're actually going to tell a cool, worthwhile story that actually fucking happened in this world.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what I hope. And like it feels weird to say what I hope for a game that there's a 0% chance I'm going to play and I'm not the ones they need. And you were very satisfied with what I think was a very disappointing story in
Age of Calamity.
I just hope that this is like I hope this is like this is a thing that happened in this 5-year gap that you didn't get to see or something that like fills in the gaps or something, not like this is some made up bullshit that didn't happen like Age of Calamity or like time travel and all that shit.
Yeah, I'm very curious because with those designs, I'm thinking it is going to bridge the 5-year gap at least partly, but I'm curious because Byleth's got to be involved in the story somehow. So I'm just curious how that's all going to work. And it looks like there are a couple original characters in here. So I'm just very curious. Again, if it primarily focuses on the 5-year gap, yeah, I think that is the way to go with this, and potentially, I don't know, maybe since we actually have something before and after it, less chance of some fuckery with it, like with Age of Calamity. But who the hell knows? Then there's that right there. So who knows?
I mean, I think
there's going to be some fuckery, and I'm here for it.
99.99999% chance that, like, yeah, this story is going to, at least at the end, swerve to a point where it's like, okay, well, this is not really, like, I would be shocked if it wasn't.
Yeah. And
like,
again, I'm generally okay with that.
You look at Age of Calamity, that's what this game is going to be. I just think, like, gameplay wise, story wise, I think like that's what you look at to like know kind of what this game is going to be. And if you were happy with Age of Calamity, you're probably gonna be happy with this. I just wish that, God, if we were doing like spin-off things, I wish that like we could at least branch out with our Nintendo spin-offs to like we have Musos and other things, because I just hate Musos, and I just wish that, you know, I wish that we had another pillar. I wish it wasn't all just. It just feels like every franchise gets a Muso at this point. And I was like, can't we get like a strategy game? Or, you know, I mean, this is a strategy game, but, you know, like Persona, like why did it have to be a Muso? Why couldn't it be like, you know, something else? Like everything just seems to be a Muso. Which for someone who doesn't like Musos, it gets just kind of annoying.
Yeah. Okay, this might be showing that could be kind of like with some weird map stuff like Hyrule Warriors did. Again, kind of expanding into more Fire Emblem-esque things compared to like Fire Emblem Warriors.
Hopefully,
Fire Emblem Warriors could be compared to Hyrule Warriors, from what I understood. I never actually played that game. Or just more of a basic Warriors, very basic Warriors game with a Fire Emblem skin compared to Hyrule Warriors and especially Age of Calamity.
In the same way that Hyrule Warriors and then to a more extent Strikers, Persona 5 Strikers or whatever. I think we have reached a new, better era of Muso games where it's like, okay, we've done the Muso thing to fucking death. It's time to add some spice to it. And I expect, like, there's probably gonna be a social, like, team building element to this, like there is in Three Houses and everything. Like, I imagine there's gonna be, like, they're gonna incorporate those things to, you know, spice up the Muso game some or whatever, which I think you would have to agree is like, that's a better place for these Muso games to be.
I agree.
We're just going to cookie cutter the same thing over and over again.
I agree. Yeah. Now that we're out of it, I'm going to go to stuff to see find any extra information related to things as we talk about it. Okay. Advance Wars got a release date. I think it was where the leaked was. Like it got leaked that it was apparently going to be early mid-April, so that kind of goes along with that. That is neat. Trying to find out some shit. Pull out some stuff while we're talking. Let's see. Mario Strikers Battle League.
Yes.
Finally, Mario Strikers. What I'm curious to find out is, I am curious if this is the Luigi Mansion devs.
Yeah.
Because they did the original one. And obviously they're bought by Nintendo and all that stuff.
Was like golf and tennis done by the same people?
That's done by Camelot. That's a different studio.
Because, I mean, I know they're not the ones that do this, but I was asking if they did both of those. Like, have they done all the other new sports games?
No.
Really
They have not touched the other sports games to my knowledge. I am not seeing who developed this or who is developing this. So, at least on here. So I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think just inherently when these things get announced, you want to be excited about them, because the whole concept of Mario Sports is just fun, where it's like wacky stuff on this like real sports thing. That is always a fun combo, and like the games are always fun, even the modern ones, but they usually just feel so damn empty that it's like I'm even though I had a good time playing Mario Golf with friends and everything. I'm never going to spend money on that because I just know that you play it twice and you're just never going to touch it again. And it's just never going to be worth full price or anywhere close to full price, which is what you're going to have to pay for it. And so like we've been burned too many times now that I'm just like, I just expect at this point, it's like, yeah, this looks fun, but I'm never going to buy it.
Yeah,
I'll just like hope that maybe a friend buys it so we can play it one night and then probably never touch it again.
Yeah.
It's like, I like, unfortunately, they've conditioned me to where that's what I expect at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one looks like it is going out there a little more compared to golf and tennis, but yeah, we would have to hear about more like with the modes and stuff. There are a couple things different here, like with the gear stuff, and the fact that it is 8 players is a potential big plus for the game, as far as if we got it, we have fun with it. Because instead of someone sitting out like it would obviously with tennis and golf, for the most part, anytime we have a group of friends, all of us can be involved.
Yeah, it is cool, but especially when there's the option for a different game that we're going to be talking about later, I just don't see why I would buy this. Because there's just another game coming later that I just think will scratch that itch way better.
Yep. And we're keeping the streak alive of January, February announcements of a Mario sports game coming out in late June.
Yep, there's a formula. There's a formula.
And then we got Splatoon 3 Salmon Run Next Wave. Not honestly a weird thing to show, because
Weird trailer, yeah.
I get on people for like, oh, this looks just like Splatoon 2. This is the one time where I kind of agree. For sure.
Yeah, this looked like
in comparison.
It looked like a low budget expansion trailer. It looks like they're just adding a new mode, like when Overwatch does their Halloween thing or whatever. And it's like, obviously they're not getting any money for CG things. Like they're having to just like pantomime things or whatever. And like, and in that situation, it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. This is just a little Halloween mode. Who cares? That makes sense. This is like one of the big trailers for your new game that you're trying to sell to people. And I just, dude, this just screamed budget to me.
Yeah, and it's a fun mode, but this, it just kind of feels more like, okay, well, we're not planning on putting a release date on this thing. We kind of need to show it or people will freak out. So show this and just say summer.
Like, if you had a Splatoon Direct or something and this was part of it, great. Yeah. Like, this feels like it's talking to just Splatoon fans, where, like, you're in a big Nintendo Direct. You need to be talking to more than just the diehard Splatoon faithful or whatever. So, like, I do think this was a missed opportunity. I do think this will feed into the, kind of negative things about Splatoon. And it was like, especially since this game is soon, like you should have a good trailer ready. Like this game is not that far away.
So my prediction is what the plan is. They are going to around late April or in May, early May, probably before E3, if they stick to the summer thing, release another trailer, maybe more focus on the story mode. Actually, probably focus more on multiplayer. Yeah. With a little hint at story mode, announce their release date, and then have a big story mode trailer at their, well, I say E3, you know what I mean, June Direct is my prediction for how they're going to handle the rest of the Splatoon 3 hype cycle, and then maybe other little things here and there.
Yeah.
So that is my prediction for that. We can skip front mission first. We can talk about Disney Speedstorm for a second.
Yeah.
So with the announcement close to the end, whatever potential we were thinking about getting this, it's kind of like with Strikers.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
But I'm all for all these, like you said, all these properties to do crossover, like kart racers and platform fighters, because I feel like those are the two kind of games that kind of fit those kind of things good. They're like simple multiplayer things.
And when you have such rich IP
I like it how they showed off with Mulan of all characters as well.
Yeah, no, I mean you could get crazy with this. This is another one that I worry about. Is Disney committed enough to make it actually happen, or is it just gonna come out and then just kind of get forgotten about or whatever?
Well,
I mean, that's the problem with all these other companies, is like you're always having to like gauge how much of a shit do you give, how willing are you to write
and
it
again
up?
I want to look when we get to it, the details for Mario Kart 8 stuff, like if there's anything else out there, just real quick. But if my understanding of it is true, holy shit.
It's fucking crazy.
Okay.
It feels like it's like you're getting all these years worth of content just all of a sudden. It feels like that we like could have been getting, but
I think that doubles the course count.
It has to
by the end of next year. Like that. Okay, we'll get to it. Moving on, just a couple third-party port things: Star Wars, Assassin's Creed, Gundam, yada yada yada. Then we get to some Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross has been rumored lately because of the whole rumored Sony remake thing. Who knows if that's happening? But this is nice. Haven't played this.
Yeah, like I said, this looks appealing to me. It looks very nostalgic to me, even though I haven't played the game. But it looks very 90s Square. So obviously, I've tried to play Chrono Trigger. Maybe still will at some point. But I mean, this does look more appealing to me. So
I need to play both. Let's try them out. April 7th, though.
I think people like Chrono Cross. I think Chrono Trigger is just like,
the darling.
One of the, it's just a very iconic game.
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
Next thing, Darby. Very excited for. the little Kirby, the little pink puffball.
There he is.
And
there's the boy.
We have learned what I guess the big gimmick is for this.
War is the big gimmick.
You're like, set aside, Cappy. Kirby's is going to eat everything. And
my problem is like, we've accepted that he absorbs people and takes their power, but he is not absorbing this car. He is just, his skin is fitting around it.
Yes, so I think the whole thing here is because they're inanimate objects, he doesn't necessarily absorb their life essence like he does everything else.
Kirby is fucked up.
Yes.
Kirby
is also the most powerful being in the history of humankind.
And he uses that power to murder and steal souls. It's like,
yes. So you still haven't watched that second trailer, right?
No.
That was also fantastic. So many of this. This was also a fantastic, I guess, final trailer for it because it just like each time they show it, I feel I'm gonna assume everyone else is like this. You're just more in because they're just showing off more shit. It's like why this is different from Kirby games and also different like 3D platformers. Like, how's this not exciting? You absorb a vending machine and now you're just a vending machine.
I mean, the game just looks like a full ass game. It looks like there's just so much going on in there, whatever. I mean, I'm someone who's never really played Kirby games or whatever. I've like dabbled in a few of them and they've just never really interested me that much when you have like Mario and stuff right there. It just always felt like the inferior version of Mario, but like I've never played Kirby games before, but this looks like my shit, and it looks very Odyssey, but not like copying Odyssey. Looks like it has the same like attention to detail and level of quality as Odyssey, but with a different vibe and things like like the town growing. There's lots of just things that just seem.
No,
like,
the more they show, it's like, oh yeah, you're just not simply putting Kirby in 3D and calling it a day. You're thinking about it. You're putting shit in this game.
And it's not just like, level 1, level 2, level 3. It's like, it looks way more like,
well, and you got this where you can power up your power-ups.
Yeah.
The different levels
looks
to
way
it.
deeper than I would think.
Yeah, and then, just being able to engulf the different items and kind of become like, again, like the car in the vending machine. And I liked how they just show, hey, here's like over half a dozen different things to do. This isn't just like a one-time gimmick. Here's a bunch of shit. There's going to be more.
You have like power levels or stuff in these items. Like this item has a bigger power level. It's like
I think you were looking away. Right here, they kind of tease something. And also these bosses look fun. There he is.
There's the king. Yep. You saw the blue skin with the thing. It's like,
yeah, I think this is going to be like, maybe not like a secret like GOTY contender for people for sure.
I wouldn't be.
I expect it to be high. Like again, every trailer they show, it's like this just looks great. This just looks like a fun time. This is exactly what I would want out of a 3D platformer, like Nintendo taking one that's hasn't had a 3D platformer and do it. Like if they did this level, what this looks to be quality wise for Donkey Kong, like was rumored, fuck yeah, it looks like it has like that Odyssey level of quality and magic that I would love. And I mean, this is instantly like one of my most anticipated games, especially in the near future. It's really the only near future game that I'm just like, I'm day one gonna play this. It's like. So, question: are you now at the point where you're going to get your own copy?
Yeah, I might, because I mean, it does look very, 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 very good.
All right. That's what I like to see. Yeah. Wherever my spot, it wasn't my anticipated, let's bump it up a few.
Looks great.
Yeah. Obviously my shit. Cool. They had a cool little trailer for MLB The Show. Have Otani there.
Yep.
Having hitter Otani and pitcher Otani. Obviously the graphics look rough in comparison to the regular version of the game.
I'm sure if you see it side by side, it'll look even worse.
Hopefully it runs well enough to where if Switch is your only console, you're pleased with it.
Yeah.
And it's good enough to where you're happy with it if you just really wanted to do it on the go, which I can see for this game, especially with the cross-platform progression. I don't know that was probably confirmed before, but just putting it in here and like then specifically mentioning it is good for the Switch version of this game. Again, especially pair of Game Pass, so you could just buy the game once and just have it on both.
Yeah, no, that is awesome.
Yeah. And I know a Mr. Matt Piscatella who will probably do just that. Next thing, we got a couple collections that look pretty good. Well, okay, this Kingdom Hearts Integrum Masterpiece. funny names, you know. The cloud versions for this, again, it's so weird. That's like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 1 needs to be on the cloud. Again, I think it's because some of it needs to, so it's an all or nothing kind of deal.
It was just because this is the collection that's come out to everywhere, and they're just porting the collection, so it's
pretty much.
Yeah. And because 3's in there,
yeah,
it basically the rest of them has to, which is annoying. I wish they would just separate them, but it probably takes more work to separate them, so they just don't. But yeah, because there's no reason why. If you just want, like, you could just put 1 and 2.
Yep,
it's real versions.
And Klonoa, it's fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. Very fun.
It's my kind of thing. So I'm gonna look at some impressions for it, maybe look some more, and might be something I pick up at some point.
Yeah,
I feel like a fun little
I might
jolly
think about
time.
it too, because I played Klonoa games as a kid. Like
Oh,
I said,
and again, I will mention this a good bit. Your nieces are again finally getting to the point where you can
That's
show
true.
this, and they
That is
will
true.
mess around with stuff a little more competently.
Also very true.
Show them all these colorful platformers.
Yep. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Portal Companion.
Very cool. Very, very, very cool.
Also funny, it's like, oh, Portal on the go. Well, what's it called? What's the portable thing that's just coming out that Valve's doing? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Valve has a handheld that's coming out like
the Steam Deck. Yeah.
Steam Deck,
Okay.
yes.
I thought you meant a Portal game that was coming out. I was like,
Oh, no,
Valve
no.
doesn't make games, Jeff. What are you talking about?
Oh, no. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. That,
Portable.
Yes. Yeah. Which is funny. Which is like maybe slightly surprising that they're even putting it on the Switch, but
yeah.
Hey. I think Portal's been on everything else, so it's like should be on the Switch, and that's cool. They're very, 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 very good games.
Live Alive HD 2D, or it's just called Live Alive. Apparently, a game that had just came out in Japan, but it's coming over here for the first time in HD 2D HD or whatever style.
Yeah, the Octopath Traveler type of style.
Yes, At first, I was like, wait, what is this? It's obviously not Dragon Quest.
It was like there's some futuristic looking shit in there. I was like,
which we should also get in. Like, again, keep on just doing stuff in this art style.
Yeah, I was very worried that everyone was just going to be like, oh, no, that was Octopath Traveler's thing. We can't copy that or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm glad everyone's like, oh, no, this is just good. We should just do our
Whenever we do a remake or a game that's just particularly in this style, you just do it. Oh, I just noticed. I want to check. Let me check something.
It's very, very, very pretty. I would worry that, like, similar to I think the Trials of Mana, it was a good example, and they
just wouldn't age particularly well.
Yeah, like, because
I get that
they made a remake thing of those, and they do look pretty cool. I mean, they look like kind of like Dragon Quest 11, but obviously a little worse than Dragon Quest 11. They look pretty. The writing is just very old, very old, and it's kind of hard to get through it because of that. That's just what I would worry about. Not me actually wanting to play this is just
definitely one where I would wait on impressions for, but it's something I will definitely keep my eye on just out of curiosity.
But it certainly looks pretty, and if you grew up playing this game, I'm sure you're like losing your mind, or if you were just like, if you're super duper into this, deep into this shit, and this is a game you always wanted to come to America, then I'm sure you're excited.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay, now Darby's announcement of the show.
Let's go, baby.
Nintendo Switch Sports.
I mean,
April
legitimately.
29th. It is 2.5 months away.
That's awesome, dude. Oh, we are going to. This is gonna be nice spring summer vibes. We're all gonna get together. We're gonna play this. I mean, like, I feel like similar to Wii Sports back in the day. Like as opposed to some of the other Mario sports games, I don't feel like this is going to be a one and done, because it just looks like there's a lot of different games going on here.
Yeah.
And like, this is going to be a game I'll play with us and our friend group who are like hardcore gamers. But I'm also going to I'm going to take this to Ginny and Wolfie's all the time. I'm going to take this to my sister and brother-in-law. Like, I could take this to literally any friend group, you know? I'll take this to anyone and we can play it. Like, everyone play Wii Sports. It's like everyone can get some enjoyment out of this.
I was just looking real quick. Yeah, they mentioned the playtest that's happening next weekend. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to get in. We got a Nintendo Switch Online thing.
That'd be awesome.
So we can at least test it out. I'm trying to look. I'm gonna try to look it up. I really want to know the price on this.
It just looks like they're doing the perfect balance of Wii Sports nostalgia, but it's not just that. You know, they're adding other games. It's kind of, it looks like the evolution of like Wii Sports Resort. That, like, you know, I thought we were never gonna get when 1-2 Switch was the pack-in title for the Switch. I was like, well, this might just be dead.
So, like, again, I heard from a bunch of people that a 1-2 Switch sequel was apparently talked about and maybe getting announced, and they just talked about, a game no one wants.
That would be such a mistake.
And it'd be funny if this was what the they were actually thought it was.
I hope so. God, I hope so.
No, this turns into something no one wants to something a lot of people want.
Yes. And like I said, there's just the cool things. Like I said, it looks way more resort than the original one. It looks like a evolution of that. Just like the environments, everything going on in the background. There's just such a cozy vibe to Wii Sports. You know, like just kind of hanging out, just kind of like being in that area. I remember doing the Wii Sports Resort, just doing the gliding thing around. It was so much fun. Just looking at everything. So.
Sorry.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kirby is a close number 2, but this is definitely my game of the show.
Sorry, I mentioned it. I was listening, but and also them being like, also golf free update later this year.
Yep.
And
awesome.
I
hope that means we'll keep adding things. It's Nintendo, so I won't necessarily expect that. But I mean, it's awesome to get that. It's a whole another game.
Yep, a whole another little sport. But yeah, crazy. And like we were saying when we were talking about Strikers, it kind of makes some of the Mario games kind of obsolete. And even if it doesn't have the Mario characters, this kind of does what we've been talking about. We prefer the Mario sports games did.
Yeah,
just have it all together.
Right. I mean,
it's wacky because of the motion controls. So it's not in like wacky as far as like crazy power ups and shit as the Mario games. But
honestly, that can make it the longevity even better. Because I do feel like the sport, even with the sports games, a lot of times the wacky power ups and things are fun at first, and then when the newness of it wears off, it's just kind of starts to get annoying. It's like those games are literally just made to be played in like one party with your friends, and that's all the meat they have on the bone. And you compare the packages, it's like this. We could have a whole night of just playing tennis and be like, Wii Sports, hey, shit, or whatever. And then a whole another night of just playing like, all right, let's just do volleyball. Let's all like battle each other to do this. Like, absolutely, it's just such a no-brainer, better package. I think. I mean, yeah.
Again, I'm curious about the price point. Probably gonna be full $60, but I'm just very curious.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would be smart for it to not be, but I will pay it.
But yeah, and then I'm adding the leg accessory for the soccer matches later on as an update is nice to see. I mean, nice to obviously be there day one, but
that golf.
And again, like I said, them adding a full-on sport later on in a free update.
Yep. Hell yeah, that was a surprise.
Yep, nice surprise.
Surprise.
Taiko drumming, whatever. Cute little thing. I like the little drummer man. But Triangle Strategy did get a demo shadow drop today. I will surely play it at some point, try it out, get through the first 3 chapters, because obviously very interested in this game. So being able to play the first 3 chapters and going into it to know is good.
Indeed.
Especially since it's coming out so soon. Metroid Dread got a couple little extra things. Got a boss rush mode, got a dread mode and a rookie mode. Got Earthbound. And Earthbound Beginnings coming to the NES, SNES, whatever stuff on the Switch online, which is crazy because I don't think they updated NES or SNES since like summer of last year. Last time they added a game to that.
Why is the service the way it is?
Why the fuck isn't Mother 3 here? Like the way they were doing this, I'm sure I'll be looking at reactions to this and people being like, okay, it's this lead. No, okay.
No.
Well, and then I would say maybe the most surprising announcement after Wii Sports. I don't know, 1 or 2. The next one, the Mario Kart 8 DLC thing. Hey, we got this montage, whatever. Cute games.
Yeah.
When he started like, I know you guys are a fan of Mario Kart. It's like, where you going with this, man?
Like, you don't invoke that name lightly.
Yeah. Adding 48 courses over the next 2 years and 6 things where there are 8 tracks per thing, and the first one comes out next month.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
So we thought, I mean, they've been working, at least. I mean, it just seemed like fucking nothing was happening in the Mario Kart. And, like, I'm still very confused because we got all these reports. It seems like 9 is being made, but this would almost make you feel like it's not. I mean, I do think, like you said when we were doing the reactions, this means that 9 is not anytime soon.
No, it's whenever the next Switch drops, where the Switch successor is, which,
and it's still
okay.
Even then, it probably will not be in the first year.
Yeah, this makes me think, it may not be right away.
Yeah.
This also tells me the Switch 2 is not coming out in 2023, 2024 at the earliest. Because they say by the end of 2023.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
I mean, I thought that anyway, but this kind of makes me. But
I'm okay with it. I was honestly always okay with them just keeping Mario Kart 8 and adding on to it rather than doing a 9, because it was almost like a Smash 4 situation, which, you know what, it ended up being better with Ultimate, but like Smash 4, we were always like, but we're gonna lose things, we're gonna lose characters or whatever. And I almost feel a similar way about 8. It's like 8 is such a perfect game. It's like I'm scared about losing some of the magic of it and losing some of these amazing courses or whatever. So I was always okay with them adding on to it. The only thing I wasn't okay with was just sitting here doing nothing, which is what it felt like we were doing. It was just like sitting here twiddling our thumbs until there's a new console. So, like, yeah, I am okay with this. Like, just add on to this game.
One of my favorite announcements of
this game is still one of the top selling games every single month. It's like, add on to this. People,
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in general, but Mario Kart 8 just between both of them is one of the best selling games of all time.
Yeah.
So this is absolutely no. And here's the thing. This is the weird thing for me to say this with DLC from Nintendo. This package is extremely generous. It's 48 courses. I'm just double checking. $24.99 for all of it.
Yeah.
That is double the courses of the game. And if you have the expansion pack, which we do, so all our friends will be able to get these courses.
Wow.
Just for no extra price for any of us.
Yeah. I really did expect this to be like, oh, cool, they're putting like 6 old tracks in there.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, maybe they do like 8 courses. Sure. 2 cups. Sure, that's cool. I was probably gonna. I think I paid like $24.99 for that. But all that for what this? Well, for $24.99 in general, that's a no-brainer. And then again, the expansion pack. I mean,
they're definitely getting more aggressive with trying to get you to get this expansion pack. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm curious to look at reactions, but for people that have been on the fence for the expansion pack, I imagine this was a tipping point, especially if you're a fan of Animal Crossing and Mario Kart.
It was like, all right, damn, jeez.
Yeah, well, especially when we do the family pack between 6-ish, whatever people we do. It's absolutely
it's like negligible for...
Yeah.
Well, unexpected. Also very, very unexpected.
Yeah. And yeah, they have a couple that they showed, like particularly they talked about Wii's Coconut Mall, N64's Choco Mountain, and Mario Kart Tour's Tokyo Blur. I mean, that's kind of that's kind of fun to just get the mobile ones that we have never played.
Yeah, you just have no clue. Wild card come from anywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, that announcement is absolutely insane. And it's like, okay, well, they're not ending with this. We got the one more thing. And boy, Darby, did we get the one more thing.
We got that one more thing.
We got
which
that.
We kind of opened this with, but yeah.
So we're going to talk about it as long. Xenoblade 3 to close out this presentation. Book ending with Fire Emblem Xenoblade feels good, even if it is a Warriors game in the first, but still, I'm into that shit. But yeah, Xenoblade 3, instantly one of not my most anticipated game of the year now. It's, and just everything in the trailer, the Xenoblade fan, it's like, yes, you're connecting the two games, like no questions asked, and especially them saying it afterwards. The game obviously looks great. The character designs look even cleaner than 2.
Yeah.
The character designs just look better.
They look great.
Like, I overall like the stuff for 2 overall. Like, but I get people's problem with some of the designs. This just looks overall just better.
No, I agree. I mean, I've always been flirting with Xenoblade in my own mind, and this definitely, like, if anything, would be a tipping over point to make me at least try it. Like, this game looking as good as it does is probably that. And just, like, yeah, I love these character designs overall.
God, and Nia, like, I want to try to see if there's confirmation that's Nia again. I'm like 99% sure, but that 1% is making me question. But yeah.
Yeah, so what do you think?
Oh, wait, the roles of Noah and Mio. Okay, so Mio, Nia. Okay, there's.
So it is
in a press release, so the name is Mio, but it should be Nia.
Huh. So wait, she changed her name? What?
I don't know. That's one of those mystery things.
Maybe it's her daughter.
Can Blades have daughters? Like, it's obviously connected to, like, directly connected to Nia, if not just straight up her, which is enough to get me excited. And God, she looks so good. Just everything about this.
So, do you think with it like it's obviously connected to 1 and 2, but it has a pretty much completely new cast and looks like it's really far in the future. So, do you expect this to be one of those that, like, people could just jump into this one and enjoy it and have a story they like, or do you think they'll be completely lost?
It remains to be seen, because
like, what would be your prediction at this point?
I think you'll be at this point fine, but you will be, like, compared to 2, you'll be completely more lost, because besides the spoilers, the very end. There is absolutely no connection, really, besides some pretty vague things.
Right.
I mean, there's some more general thing, but it's not as, like, in your face as, again, if Mio is, again, Nia. I'm almost sure that is going to be a quote unquote twist. So yeah, this seems to be more in your face connected, probably, and the fact that they said right after it, like, this after the stories of 1 and 2.
It is hype to have a Chronicles 1 and a Chronicles 2 that, like, were seemingly completely unconnected, but then the third one is, like, merging the two. That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, because again, the what it shows is the end of 2 is hinted heavily at, like, oh yeah, those worlds are merged now. So.
Yeah, I don't think you would do that just to be like, oh cute, they saw each other. It's like, no, you're gonna do that shit. You're going somewhere with it.
And I'm very curious about the way the game's going to play. It says here that they're going to be 6 characters on IGN, which I'm assuming they just get from a press release. So I wonder if they're just going to do because there's no hint of it really here. They're going to do away with the blade system from 2, you know, the random gotcha stuff, which I'm not against. I mean, I'll be fine if they did it either way, because I love it being 1 being simpler in comparison, but I also love the random bullshit of 2 with the blades. So that was kind of fun. So I'm fine either way. I'm fine with anything Monolith Soft does at this point.
Yep, they don't miss.
They do not miss. So yeah, I mean, and obviously, okay, I have to September to play Torna. That's just what this.
I forget that you haven't played Torna, which is very strange.
So it was because it came out, like, I think I didn't finish 2 until about the time it came out, so I was just kind of, you know, burnt out a little bit.
It's a lot of game.
Yeah, and then Xenoblade, the definitive edition, got announced. By the time I felt like it would be good, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna wait till that. So yeah, Torna is now at the top of my.
Do you have
backlog.
Torna?
I bought the DLC, I believe, which comes with Torna. So here's the interesting thing: Torna is a standalone thing, but it's also part of the DLC season pass thing for Xenoblade 2. But the season pass is cheaper than Torna standalone.
Okay,
but I guess you need Xenoblade 2 for it. Yeah, so like you would need to get standalone. If I understand correctly, I could just get the DLC thing, which I think I got.
Right.
And if I didn't, I'll just grab it.
if you already have 2, it's cheaper. But if not, yeah. Do you have 2 physically or digitally?
I do have it physically if you want to go that route.
For even if I get
no,
but
for Torna,
I could,
for Torna,
yeah, I guess I could.
Torna.
I guess I could.
That's what I meant.
I could put it in and then buy.
Yeah, I think you would need it in for Torna, so just because you would be going from its menu to Torna.
Okay. Yeah,
that's my understanding.
If it saves money, then okay, why not?
So yeah, I think this was a pretty damn solid direct overall. So some new stuff, got some updates for things, stuff to get you excited.
I agree.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I am very happy to, for two things. One, you expressing any interest in Xenoblade. And two, also interest in Kirby, which is a pleasant surprise. Not surprising based on the way Forgotten Land looks. Surprising in a general sense.
I agree. No, I'm surprised as well. But
fuck yeah.
The little pink puffball, he got me.
Yep. But all right, this has been fun.
It's
always nice to have a nice little direct.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm glad we got to do it together. I'm sorry that I made you wait.
You know, it's worth it.
A little bit, yeah.
When you get spoiled, got to do it together. That's always fun.
Absolutely. Well, let's go get some food.
Let's do it.
Thank you to anyone who watched this after the fact or anything. Yeah, very cool stuff. Make sure we will absolutely be talking more about all these games as they come out through the year on the Nerds at Large Gaming Podcast. So make sure you go check that out. And that's gonna be a good old time.
You can expect a Xenoblade 3 spoiler cast unless Darby decides he is going to play it. Then I'll have to keep my mouth shut.
The spoiler cast just by yourself, just like
what we do when I play anime bullshit where I talk at you.
Talk at me. Okay,
I think that's always fun.
Oh, it is very fun.
If you're interested in it, then I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much.